Siege 2 and even Operation Health 2.0. This person asks, any thoughts on removing friendly fire from casual? That game mode is supposed to be relaxing and fun. It's not. That's why we are working on a TDM mode, and maybe they might add in like an aim trainer for console and for like PC players. Now that would be hype. Alright, what's up everybody? So this is not our usual like type of tips and tricks video. I'm actually gonna do a ask me anything on like the dev team. Alright, so on Reddit, on Rainbow, if you want to look at it for yourself, go on Reddit and look up Rainbow 6. You know what I'm saying? This is the subreddit, and it's actually pinned by the moderators. It is we are the Rainbow Six Siege dev team. Ask us anything. So we are gonna go through a couple of the comments that people have sent the dev team, and we're actually going to look at them. All right, so stay tuned for that, and let's get started. All right. So first question I found was Knights07. Is there a plan to incorporate new maps instead of just reworking old ones? And then the dev team responded, now that the competitive pool is more solid, we will be switching to hybrid mode. This means that we will continue to maintain and improve the release maps with reworks, but we will also start making brand new ones again. And I have to say, I am very excited for this. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I got tired of playing on Coastline and I'm playing on like the same maps all the time. I mean, these maps are good, but I want to play on some new maps, and I'm glad that now the dev team is now making new maps after the current maps are good. And you know what? I respect it. I respect it. At the time, I was kind of mad. I was like, why do they keep reworking maps, make a new map? But what's the point of having 1,000 maps if like half of those maps are pretty much unplayable in ranked? So next question. This question asks, will we be getting a gun range, and is that idea even being considered? Ooh, can't wait for this one. This has been asked for a while now, and even if from people within the team. I'm happy to say that we are currently working on some prototype where the focus will be to learn and practice weapon recoil control, and also it visualizes the effect of different weapon attachments. Although it wouldn't be a primary place to warm up. Yeah, T Hunt is the place to warm up, but this could be a good like little like side step to train your aim and like your recoil control, right? While we don't have the dates to share, we are actively working on a new shooting range that will allow players to test damage that will allow players to test damage and recoil control from multiple distances and weapon setups. Cannot wait for this. I'm very excited. We really see the importance here to allow players to see the impact of weapon balancing more directly and concretely and compare the changes from one update to another. We have a lot of plans for this feature and some ideas that are unique to Siege, such as practicing soft wall destruction and testing the damage lost through different destructible materials. We also feel that a shooting range is not enough learning tools for our players, as there can be in many ways, so many ways to learn the best way to use operators. Their gadgets and the interaction between them. Our plan is to continue supporting players with new learning tools for all types of Siege players. Christopher, game director. I am hyped for this. I might be more hyped about this than like new maps. Crazy, I know. But I always wanted a gun range so that I could instantly test the recoil of all my favorite guns, right? One gun I really want to test the recoil on is Zofia, because I was using Zofia in like a T hunt, and like man, I forget what barrel I have, but her recoil be kicking. So I want to get like a new like attachment, but I'm not about to sit there for like 5 hours trying to like go through every single attachment. That's really annoying. But yeah, on that note though, I'm sure all of you can like relate to that. But I cannot wait to see a gun range. And they said they're gonna add even more stuff to help us warm up. So I can't wait for that. And maybe they might add in like an aim trainer for console and for like PC player. Now that would be hype. That is so hype. I can't wait. I cannot wait for that. I honestly. Oh, and then this person under this said make it where you can play during the queue of a game. Oh my god. This is a great idea. What he means is that like while you're queuing into like a ranked game, a casual game, or like an unranked game, you can actually practice your aim. Oh, that would be great. That would be great. Now, I feel like the dev team might have some technical difficulties doing that. But if it could happen, oh my God, that would be so great. I honestly, this would be a very good implementation because our M&K work currently is still a very much a R&D subject. We have dedicated people in the Rainbow Six Siege team who are actively working on this so that the M&K does not become an unfair advantage in itself, but an additional input that we support to make everyone's experience fairer without impacting our players with disabilities. We do not have a deadline to share about when we can bring this to players, if we can plan, but we plan to run tests in the coming months to validate our approach. Once properly validated, we can move forward. As we said, we know the degree to which this is affecting the experience of our more competitive console players on console, but this is a very tricky one facing all FPS games right now without solution. We're not letting that stop our team if we're doing everything we can to attempt to engineer a true solution to the problem, even given the constraints. Ben, the technical director for live operations. Now, I have to say, I'm very excited about this. I don't really see M&K a lot. I mean, I might, but I just don't realize it. But I'm sure as I like go up in ranks, I'm gonna see it a lot more often and have it be a lot more obvious. But I gotta say, man, I really do hope that they do find a solution because man, using a mouse and keyboard is cheating, but the C's developers have to tread like a thin line. They have to tread a very 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 thin line on making sure people aren't abusing a mouse and keyboard, but allowing those players who are actually disabled and who might need it, allow them to use it. It's a very thin line, and I honestly, I'm not sure how they can do it. This is a very complicated issue, and I do not envy them. I do not envy their position right now. I really don't. And honestly, I hope they could do something about it that helps out everybody. But I don't know, man. If you're gonna see, is is a potential solution to allow native keyboard to support them allowed to level playing field? Can we have separate queues for input? Oh yeah, having like separate queues for like input, I think that would be a good idea. You know what I'm saying? Have like a separate queue where like console players that have like an input for like mouse and keyboard, they get queued with like PC players and PC players with like controllers or whatever. They will well. First of all, it's optional. You could well if you like input, I think they should have it like no matter what, if you are on an MNK, you cannot queue with people with a controller. But people with the controller can queue with people with like a mouse and keyboard. You know what I'm saying? They could choose their poison, then so be it. I think it should do something like that. It should do something like that. And then this person replies, even if you had like separate queues, got a native MNK, people will still use X aims to play MNK in the controller queue. Sheesh, yeah, man, th- that is a really good argument though. But hey, like I said, I do hope the dev team can find a thin line. Again, I do not envy them. I think they should do like an input thing, but that could be a bit iffy as well. But hey, no solution is perfect. It's better than nothing, I guess. But yeah, let's keep moving though. All right, so this person asks, any thoughts on removing friendly fire from casual? That game mode is supposed to be relaxing and fun. It's not. Hmm. Actually, I might see. I sound my knee-jerk reaction into this question is kind of like, what? What are you talking about? But thinking about it, casual is supposed to be like casual. It's supposed to be fun. But but friendly fire is a very important thing in Rainbow because in unranked and ranked there's friendly fire. So it might be a really big like game shock if someone just starting out on Rainbow plays like casual all day and then they say, all right, but let's try ranked, and all of a sudden they can get TK'd. That might be a bit of a shock for them and to get used to. So I don't know about that one, but let's see what the dev team says. So So for now, no plan to remove Infinitely Fire and Casual. The problem there is not being relaxed. It's about toxicity. That is, yes, that is very much so. That, yeah, toxicity. What's up with this smiley face? Yeah, but yeah, it is about being toxic. People are being toxic using it, honestly. However, you are right to say that this game is a very sweaty one. It is, and we acknowledge that sometimes you might want to enjoy Siege without necessarily having the whole pressure of a 5v5 bomb match. That's why we are working on a TDM mode, on a team deathmatch mode that we call warm up. The main goal is to have something easy going, an easy opt in and opt out where you can practice your aim and try different weapons, something more relaxing. As you mentioned, let's go, baby. It's confirmed. It is confirmed. All right, you guys heard it here, folks. If this anime is like legit and these are actual like official, which it says if right there, so I'm assuming it is. If this is true, my man, we are gonna have a great time. They're gonna add a TDM mode. If you guys remember the stage fright game mode, it was a TDM game mode in Siege. It was so much fun. I cannot wait for this. This is gonna be so great. I can't wait for this, honestly, bro. Cause honestly, I'm gonna be real, but I'm tired of having to play bomb mode all the time. I wanna play. I wanna play a TDM mode, and honestly, them adding in this team deathmatch mode, I think is actually going to be great for the game's health because people burn out a lot in Siege. People burn out from Siege because all it is just playing the bomb game mode over and over and over again. So honestly, I can really understand people like burning out. But I think this burnout is going to be curved by this new TDM mode that's going to help people like like maybe like a wind down after like very intense ranked match on after a very intense ranked match. So I like this idea. I hope they add this in very soon. I cannot wait for this. This is gonna be great. I can't wait for this. And it's confirmed here. Something that's more relaxing. Oh, I can't wait for this. This is gonna be great. And okay. And as like a side note, and there's like this new, and in this new, and like this, in this like TDM mode, I think they should like remove speed and armor. Everybody has the same armor, and everybody is like 3 speeds or faster, so that it can be like a fast-paced warm-up. You know what I'm saying? And then, but everything was about Siege. It's still the same. It's just that no armor, and then there's no like armor system, and everybody has the same health, and everybody's the exact same speed. I hope they add that because that would be fun to really make it more relaxing as they put it here. If they want to be more relaxing, it should really add that. I cannot wait for that, honestly. It's a search. Hold up, I'm gonna reset this. All right, so next question is Geet Kenway. Will there ever be Siege 2? And if not, the current Siege engine capable of handling new updates? So the dev team replied with, "Let's talk about Siege 2 and even Operation Health 2.0." Let's see. First, why did we do in Operation Health in the first place? At the time, we had a significant technical depth. Oh yeah, that's not good at all. The architecture of Siege was limiting our capacity to ship new seasons while seamlessly updating our tech. Yeah, honestly, I agree. I feel with this one, bro. Yeah, Siege is like 5 years old, bro. This game is super old, so I can only imagine how hard it is for them to add in like new stuff. But the dev team continues with the investments that we made during Operation Health allowed us to paralyze these processes, and because of those investments in the years following Operation Health, we have been able to make a huge technical and architectural changes behind the scenes to allow for more advanced features and content. And if you never really saw it, it's because we were able to still maintain the release and the rhythm of new content every season. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Seeing this, bro, it puts a new like perspective on like Operation Health, bro, because everybody clowns on Operation Health. Everybody clowns on it, right? But man, it must have been. But I can only imagine. But the dev team for them, it might have been their favorite season. if what they're saying here is right, which it obviously is, it might have been their best season because it allowed them to do things they needed it to do. So I'm really glad about that. Honestly, if we had to have another like Operation Health, I would be down for it because of all the bugs in the game right now, bruh. I'm tired of all these bugs. So if they could, if another Operation Health would sort of like mitigate these a lot of these bugs, I would be all for it. All right, so let's keep it moving though. The She's team, the dev team continues with. So it's not because we continue to ship seasons that we are not working on updating the tech. As a matter of fact, this is one of the main reasons for the delay of some features. Siege is an evolving game. The Siege of the future would be drastically different from today's Siege, to the point where we could call it Siege 2. However, as a team, we strongly believe we could bring about these changes in a incremental way within this current Siege framework. I agree with them, but they have to be very careful because Siege people are losing interest in Siege. So I think they can do it slowly, but they might want to pick up the pace a little bit so that they don't lose their entire like fan base. But don't worry, Rainbow, I'm gonna always be here for you. Even if I start posting like Warzone content, I am always gonna post Siege because I love Siege, right? I'm never gonna drop Siege. But anyway, Siege 2 will mean a new game, a new environment, probably a new inventory, and maybe a new dev team. We do not feel that this is needed for the community. We care about your investment in the game. We do not want to move to a new one. Instead, we want to protect your investment and increase its value by making our current home, which is Siege, even better. It's just like renovation to your old house to make it up to date, shiny and appealing. Leroy, creative, say he is say him being a creative director makes sense, especially with this analogy he gave. That's a good analogy. Yeah, bro. I gotta admit, bro. I too. I was also on like the bandwagon of Siege 2, but if the dev team can like if they could like make sure the game is great, like the framework is great within like a reasonable time, then I think Siege 2 is like it's like the very last option. You know what I'm saying? I want to stay with Siege as long as we can. I want Siege 2 to be a very last option. But hey, I do like the ability. But I do like the idea of it. But I do like this Siege, so I hope they can do something about that though. All right, and then this person replies with, I like the way Overwatch is doing it. Decide you have a great game, but want to make it from scratch with today's possibilities. And then this person replies with, "Engine is not the problem. It's the old game's code. It's hard to add new stuff without breaking something." And this makes sense because every time the dev team adds something, something else breaks. We all know it. Something somehow breaks, and then like how in the world does this break? All right, and so then the dev team responds with, "You're actually making a valid point here. Adding new content on top of existing content can be tricky. To give an example, when we first shipped and realized it was tricky adding new gadgets because a part of the code because parts of the code was shared, and every time we added a new one, if we risk breaking existing ones. This was not scaling well. The more gadgets we added, the trickier this was becoming. So this is why we created a gadget version 2 framework to isolate gadgets and make sure that the new ones don't risk breaking existing ones. Today I'm happy to report that over 90% of our gadgets have been migrated to the new framework, and of course all new ones are as well. Paul, technology director. I gotta say, this is great. This actually supports what we were just saying about them like want to approve on this he just framework. So I hope that again, I hope that this helps them out, and I really hope I'm gonna actually stop hating on like, the dev team a lot because they have a lot going on, and I feel bad for them. I really do. So I hope that they can really use these systems that they're trying to put in place well to make sure that they can add in updates to Siege fast and more efficiently. All right, so this person brings up a good point. This man is man feeds H child. So yeah, this is what he's saying. You guys can read this. Pause the video and read all of this. You can read all this yourself. But this is his actual question. All right, is the overabundance of operators and its resulting unpredictability seen as a design challenge that needs to be addressed? And then the Siege team responds with, we had introduced the pick and ban system and the six pick ops to help on this. Oh, six pick. If you guys don't know, it's like a feature that allows you to like see. Is in Pro League. I'm sure you guys know, but for those you who don't, it's like a feature that allows you to see the. It's like a feature in game after the operator pick countdown is over, you can see the operators on the enemy team, and they can see yours. And then each team have one player can change one operator. That's a six bit. That's what they're talking about. All right. The current system encourages it to pick operators who do a bit of everything or perform specific basic functions, and for us, it's something we would like to address. The attacker repick will also answer this. The attacker repick allows the attacker player to change their operator and their loadout as many times as they want during all the preparation phase. When the preparation phase ends, it will spawn with the latest operator and loadout selected. Attack players will also drone to identify the defender's setup and then adapt to their game. Then adapt their team based on the info that they gather. So I tell attacker teams will talk strategy early and around onto if figure out their lineup. We should see more diversity to lineups for attackers, and for sure the preparation phase will be more meaningful. This is very good news. For those of you who don't know, again, this was they had talks about this when he had the ability to use Jones after death. This was also brought up, and this is actually a very good idea because we all know Siege is very attacker sided because you have to go to the attackers without knowing any information. But now that but if they introduce like a attacker repick, this will shift the balance to the attackers. Now and then I think it might be even. It might be slightly going to the attackers, but overall it's gonna be balanced, and I cannot wait for that. That is actually a really good idea actually, and honestly, I'm gonna abuse this to the best of my ability if they add this. But yeah, guys, this is actually the last question. This is my last question. If you guys enjoy this kind of like content, you know what I'm saying? I have plenty of left. Look at this. You see this right here? This goes all the way down. I have plenty of questions left.